Hi, my name is Lisa Martin. I am the mother of a child with special needs. He has Fragile X syndrome. In many respects, he has been my teacher. He has made me be a more caring, compassionate, better human being. What we have learned together on our journey, I have realised the difficulties and challenges that parents of special needs children face are wide and varied. During my years of facilitating courses for parents and professionals, I have met some wonderful people who have shared with me their stories of great joy and sadness, who have experienced the good, the bad and the ugly of all aspects of life bringing up their special children. I am passionate about empowering parents who are dedicated in helping their children with additional needs. You're invited to my podcast. I will be talking about all things in our special world of disability and additional needs. I will be interviewing other parents of children with special needs, as well as professionals and people in the community who are offering services that help. Sometimes these podcasts might touch an emotional nerve and upset you. Other times they might fill you with joy and empower you. I don't mean to make you angry or upset, but we need to get a wider audience listening and talking about disability. Only when this happens, I believe disability won't be feared as it is today. Hello, I'd like to introduce Davut back to the good, the bad and the ugly. Hello again, Davut.
Hello.
So today we're going to talk about the change from having a statement to then getting an educational healthcare plan, which is an EHCP plan, and how to go about getting an educational healthcare plan if you've got any concerns. So Davut is the expert in all of this. So where should we start, Davut? Should we start with...
We can start with the beginning of 2014.
Yeah.
When they decided that basically they are going to change the Part 3 of the Children and Families Act, some part of it. And according to that, basically they made changes on the Code of Practice as well.
Right.
CN Code of Practice.
Okay.
And we can start from there.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah, because I think my child Iggy, he was one of the last children to actually get a statement, and it was almost like we'd just got the statement, and then it was all changed into an educational healthcare plan. And it was so stressful getting that statement that when it came to the change, it was just an added stress for me personally, and from other parents I spoke to, it was a really stressful time. So let's talk about the differences of the educational healthcare plan. So you said that some of the law changed. What was that in the law that helped with the educational healthcare?
Main change was the Part 3 of Children and Families Act.
Right, and what is that?
And Children's Families Act is the huge law is talking about the child education. Yes, but the Part 3 dealing with the SCN side of it, and special education sides change.
Right.
If you look at it realistically, basically is people panicked when this changed. They say huge changes, everything change. Everything hasn't changed actually, because I've been working in this field since 1985.
Yeah.
And there's a rolling wheel when it's coming the new ideas. But new ideas, when I look at the back, we used to know this idea. For example, working together. Working together is the main thing.
Yeah.
Identifying the needs and making a plan, supporting and monitoring and evaluating all this. Working together is there.
Yeah.
But if we specified what is change actually,
Yeah.
they change the education healthcare plan. The statement was the Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, Part 4, Part 5. So, but now education healthcare plan, they specified it a bit more.
Yeah.
But main changes is there. Time frame. Time frame means they used to complete statement process in 24 weeks.
24 weeks.
They cut it now. It's
Yeah.
20 weeks.
Right, okay. Yeah, that's much better.
Section A wasn't there.
And Section A is really
Section
important.
A is
isn't it?
important because it gives voice to parent and child.
Yeah.
It gives.
Yes,
and
it
they do their, what is their wishes, what is their aspiration,
Yeah.
what they want, the short-term outcome,
Yeah.
mid-term outcome, long-term outcome.
Yeah.
So all this one is there. And Section A is very important.
And
Is a
that
key
wasn't in
part.
the statement.
It wasn't in the statement. It
Right.
wasn't.
Yeah.
Usually it was the one information section, which is the parent's address, telephone number.
Yeah.
They used to go to basically the one the child needs, yes, and after that, and the two is we need to identify the child, the difficulties, and three is support plan. We used to go there, and then, but now they make it a bit more specific. Reason behind it, they were going to achieve health, education, and social care to work under the same umbrella.
Yeah.
Did they achieve it until now? My opinion is no. They haven't achieved it.
Yeah,
They
because I know a
tried it
lot of
many
parents
times.
that
No.
are still not getting the
They
social
haven't.
side of
They
the
haven't.
educational
And
healthcare plan.
we had many case studies, case review. And when something happened, they do the case review. After a few years, all of them forgetting and go.
Yeah.
This is the difficulty. But did they achieve it? No. I hope they can achieve it. But at the moment, I don't see this achievement. Anyway, if you go back to specific question, what is change? As I said, time frame change. And after 16, they used to follow the different procedures.
Right.
Now they include it to
Yeah.
educational care plan,
Yeah.
and they extend it to 25.
Yeah. So
But when I say the 25, after 18, if you involve with education,
yeah.
they can give the support, educational care support. If you don't involve with education, advise to local authorities not to seize the educational care plan, but freeze it.
Right. Okay.
freeze
So when
it.
you say from the age of 18,
They extended 25.
if they're doing like some sort of training, whether that's a YTS type thing or being in college,
Yes.
their educational healthcare plan
It's still valid.
valid.
Still valid, yes. Still valid.
That's
and
great,
yes,
isn't
still
it?
valid. And basically the colleges, they have duty to follow this legal document.
Wow.
Yes, in many cases we are having difficulties, but
Yeah.
it's basically they must follow.
That's
Yes,
great.
yes.
So when did it stop in the statement? How old was the child?
And one was 18. No, sorry,
18.
19.
19.
19, sorry.
So what happened after a child was 19 having a statement?
And social care side of it was still there.
Right.
Health side of it still there,
Yeah.
but they didn't have education healthcare plan.
Oh, wow.
So
So
they
really,
didn't
in
have
reality,
education
the
support.
educational and healthcare plan, on paper, is much better than the statement.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So how long did it take? Because it was from 2014.
2014
to get everyone
to
from the statement.
2017, it took the transition period,
Right, okay.
and they did create a funding
Okay.
and for transition, and they did create a post, which is independent support. Some local authorities, they run it themselves. Basically, they build a team because some local authorities, they are basically running Sandias team for themselves, but they are independent.
Right, okay.
They are independent because they have a different flow. They don't contact with other teams.
Right, okay.
And they're just independent.
When you say independent, they're not working for the local
But
authority.
for example,
they're working for the parent.
there's the computer system not linked to others. They cannot.
Okay.
Nobody can share this information. And they can challenge the local authority.
Right.
The
okay.
local authority, they employ them. Yes, they challenge.
Yeah.
And yes, but my opinion, basically, I told this one in one conference, and I've been criticized on that. But still, I believe if they want to be fully independent,
Yeah.
the every local authority must give a pot of money to organization, central organization in England. And this organization must be a funder for these services. They can give any charity or any organization applies.
So they make the decision,
They
not the
should
local
make
authority.
a decision.
Yeah.
And the Sandias team, they should report to them.
That makes sense to me, Davut.
This is my opinion.
Yeah.
Basically, this is my opinion. So this is the time you are going to be 100% independent.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that, I don't say they are not independent. They are independent.
Yeah.
But even if 1% in your mind is bothering something, I don't want this even 1%.
Yeah. No, I understand. So in this in this transition from 2014 to 2017, so that they had 3 years to change all the children's statements into an educational healthcare plan. I was one of them parents, and it was really stressful time. Even though I did get support, I went to you guys, my local Syndias team, to get support. And I don't think they did do it within that time frame either, did they? It was really, it didn't really work.
Difficulties arise from there because it's a cut, the budget cut. Budget cut is main thing again.
Yeah, all to do with the money.
And the SCN team, local SCN team, they haven't staffed properly to do that.
Yeah, they didn't have enough people, did they, to
so,
do all this paperwork?
Yes. And this is the reason it was basically huge responsibility on them.
Yeah.
And they have, some of them hundreds, some of them thousands of statements need to be converted to educational care plan. And it wasn't easy for them, I can understand. This is the reason we have seen many cut and paste issues.
That's what they were trying to do with my child.
Yes, cut and paste. And this was the difficulties basically we did face. And we did try to support. And support the local authority as well. Basically, that it shouldn't work like that. Because if it's necessary, for example, need to be carried out the reassessment.
Yeah.
If the assessment basically is old 5-6 years, the reassessment need to be reassess the child.
That's what I did.
But
actually, Davut.
that's right. So, but it didn't. But if you didn't get support, maybe it's not going to happen. Maybe they are going to just transfer cut and paste from statement to educational care plan.
Yeah.
So this is it. And after another changes, for example, in there, they give voice to the parent, as I say, and they extend the time period, yes. And I think this is the changes is there, and also that they changed the appeal system. Before you didn't need mediation, for example.
Oh, so we're going to discuss
Yes,
that, and
we are
we're
going
going
to
to go through
discuss
the
it,
whole,
yes.
right from the beginning to the end, because there's a couple of times within the process that a parent can actually appeal, isn't there?
And before that, I clarify this independent support team or person. Sometimes the one person, 2 person they employed, and what they used to do. They used to support the parent for this process only.
Right.
But if it goes to conflict with the local authority,
Yeah.
they used to refer the case to St. Yastim.
And they have to do that by law, don't they?
Yes,
Yeah.
because they are not qualified to do that.
Yeah.
St. Yastim qualified to do that.
Yeah.
This is the
And that's the
their
mediation.
Their role is finished in 2017 anyway.
Right. Okay.
2017.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
I think it's 2017. Yes.
so if a parent has got concerns about their child, and they've never heard of an educational healthcare plan before, what is an educational healthcare plan? How would you describe it to a parent?
It's an education healthcare plan is simply identifying child needs. And after that, child needs educational needs, social care needs, and health. But education healthcare plan only deal, you can identify it there, but local authorities responsible for educational side of it only.
Right. Okay.
And the care, it goes to social services, health goes to health authority. The budgeting, this one, I don't want to go deep in there.
Yeah, of course.
I need to clarify that. It's simply identify your child difficulties and make a specific plan, which is a legal document.
So the educational healthcare
It's a legal
plan is a
document.
legal document, isn't it?
And local authority
Yeah.
must make sure it can be practiced, put in practice effectively
Yeah.
by educational providers.
Yeah.
Who is the educational providers? It can be schools, it can be nurseries, and it can be special schools, it can be academies.
Yeah.
Yes.
And now
yes.
colleges as well.
Yes, colleges as well. Yes. And only the exception here, independent schools, which is the private schools. They don't need.
Oh, really?
No, they don't need.
Oh, I didn't know that,
They don't
Davut.
need. Independent
That
school,
doesn't seem right.
I know. But independent school, they don't need.
Why is that?
They don't need to, yes.
So the law doesn't affect them in a sense.
No, they don't need.
Wow.
Because they can say only we can challenge them. For example, if you send, for example, your child to the private school, independent school,
Yeah.
yes, but not special schools.
Yes, I understand.
Maintain special schools,
Yeah.
independent special, but in the private schools, basically, private education they give.
I'm really shocked at
Yeah,
that. I
private
didn't know
schools,
that.
no, private school,
Right. Okay.
but not SCN schools.
Yes.
For example, say school A, they say, sorry, we cannot accept your child. You cannot appeal against it.
Yeah.
You cannot appeal against it.
Right. Okay. Wow. I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
That's right.
Okay. So yes.
But they have duties, basically, under Education Act. But SCN Act, they are not.
So it's like a different rule for them, so to speak. So how would you get it if a parent has got concerns and now they know what an educational healthcare plan and they believe that they're to get their child's needs met, an educational healthcare plan would be really beneficial for their child and education. How would they get the ball rolling from the to get an educational healthcare plan?
It's clear there as well. Is the Care Act and also Education Act 1990 is clear. If the parents and any professional working with child, if they have any concern about the child, they have duty to raise it.
Yeah.
And as a parent, if you think is your child having some difficulties, it is actually your duty to share it with school.
Yeah.
And school duty, it can be school, it can be nursery, it can be other professionals.
Right.
They have duty to share it with others.
Yeah.
But If you come, for example, I think you are asking, how can you request education healthcare need assessment? Okay. The education healthcare need assessment can be requested by parent.
So they can do a
Yes,
self-assessment,
they
can't they?
But
And I think a lot of parents don't realise
yes,
that.
but the advice is you do it in collaboration with school
Yes, of course.
because your case is going to be stronger.
Yeah.
But in some cases, school doesn't agree the child has difficulties.
That's right. Yeah, I'm hearing this quite a lot from some
and
parents.
this is the time as clearly parent can request. All you need to do, it's simple. Phone local SEN team, special education needs team.
Yeah.
Verbally, you can request an assessment.
Oh, so you can do it verbally as well?
Verbally, yes. You say, but send the email, send the letter.
Yeah.
Or go to your the local SENDS team. They can support you
Yeah.
to phone or to send the email or letter to the SEN team.
Yeah.
And the threshold is here very low. Some local, I will come there. Threshold is, it clearly says, if child has or might have, this is crucial, might have.
Yeah, so it's the wording, isn't
Yes.
it? If a child
Might
might have.
Disability
Yeah.
or learning difficulties,
Yeah.
local authority has duty to assess.
Okay.
This is it. But how the local authorities, they look at it differently. They said, first, let the school do some work.
Yeah.
Let the school carry these duties, the assessment duties actually.
Yeah.
Let the school do the referral, single referral or to speech and language therapist, to education psychologist, to OT, to CAMS, or hearing impairment team, or visual impairment team.
Yeah.
And after to come to us. No. Actually, this is assessment. This is, I am asking you to, in collaboration with school, to do this assessment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I can see difficulties. But as a local authority say, no, let the school do it first.
Yeah.
And after you come to us.
Right.
This is the challenge we are having with the local authorities.
Yeah. So the first step for a parent would be to self-assess. If the school's not on board with them, they can ring their local authority SEN team. You advise a parent to come to their local SENDIAS team, which is usually run by a charity or an advice area, and then the local authority will then send them a form, wouldn't they? And so it's
I will come there now. Basically, I will come there and yeah, and then if you request, but you can request with school as well.
Yeah, of course.
School can basically approach the local authority.
But some schools aren't at the moment as well.
As I say, we are seeing the cases that school is not agree with parents. This is the reason we are advising parents that is in their rights. They can do it themselves.
Yeah.
When you approach to them, what they are going to do, this is the time frame starts.
Right, yeah, because it's a specific time frame, isn't it?
Starts.
Which is lawful.
Yes. Now, you are going to receive a letter after that. You are going to be said, yes, we accept your child the assessment request, and we are going to carry an assessment. But before they do that, actually, in practice, what they do, they send you a form.
Okay.
Request form.
Okay.
And you fill this form, in this form, basically, they ask your child name, date of birth, your address, and after that, they ask various questions. What is your child difficulties? How is it affecting your child certain areas? And after, they can ask same information from school.
Right.
This is the reason we advise, if you do it with school,
Yeah.
you save time.
You're on the same page.
Yes, you are on the same page. For example, you can say, my child cannot hold pen. School say, your child can write a page.
Right, okay.
So
yeah.
local authority basically in there. But we shouldn't go there actually. As I say, might have. Might have is a very light word.
Yeah.
Put the threshold very low.
Yeah.
You are requesting an assessment, they must carry an assessment. And many times in the hearing, the judge told them, said, look, it's simple here. Threshold is very low. But you are here. Do it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Do it.
Exactly.
Do it.
That's what they should
Yes.
be doing. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. That's
And
fine.
this frame is 6 weeks.
Okay.
After 6 weeks, you receive a letter. Yes, we are going to assess your child, or we are not going to assess your child.
Okay.
Yes.
So if they say no, we're not going to
So
assess your
if they
child.
say no, you can appeal against the decision.
Right. And how long have you got to appeal
And
that?
you have, what is this? 2 months to do that.
Okay.
Yes.
2 months.
Yes. Let me remember. Yeah. It's mediation and yes, 2 months to do that. Yes, 2 months. But to do that, you need mediation certificate.
Right. Okay.
Now, this is new as well.
Oh, okay. this
Before
is
you
new.
didn't need any new.
Right.
Mediation certificate means the local authority in their refusal letter,
Yeah.
they must state that you can. Where is the local sendiastim? Their phone number, their email.
Yeah.
How can you reach to them? And also IPSI information.
Yeah.
You can gather support from there.
Yeah.
And also who is running the mediation.
Right. Okay.
So I don't want to give the name because it
it
might
changes
change.
as
It
well.
might change.
Yeah.
At the moment, the kids.
Yeah. But it might be different in
It might
different
be
local
different. That's right.
authorities.
So
as
this is
well.
the reason I don't want to name it. But
no, that's fine, but that's really good advice.
The phone number will be there. They are going to say,
Yeah.
you need to contact this. And there is 2 ways to do that. One, you can phone them.
Yeah.
You can say, I need my mediation certificate. I'm not considering mediation. I don't want mediation. I'm going to lodge my appeal straight away to SCN Tribunal.
Okay.
Yes?
Yeah.
And you can lodge your appeal. But advice again to parent. It's advisable to go your local sendiastim and look at the case and let them support you to lodge this appeal.
Yeah.
But you can do it yourself if you wish.
Okay.
Nobody is stopping you.
I think
or you
most-
can ask.
I think most parents
yes, or-
would
yes.
really value your
Yes.
support.
Or you can phone the IPSI helpline
Yeah.
and you can basically ask help from
Yeah.
them how you are going to do that.
Okay.
Maybe another organization they are supporting. I don't
Yeah.
really know. But advisable to go to Sendiastim because they have training around there. They are dealing with this matter on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And second thing, you can request mediation. And this stage, the mediation team contact the local authority
Right.
and to work in collaboration with them to set up a mediation meeting.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
But in this mediation meeting is not an order to local authority. It's only mediation.
Yeah. Okay.
If the outcome is basically, if the local authority still says, say, they must say, we are not willing to go to mediation.
Right.
They can refuse to go.
Okay.
Or they can go to mediation, but outcome can be same.
Right.
So still, after that, you have a month
Right.
to lodge your appeal.
Okay.
Opinion. And basically, what is the SCN tribunal decides? Usually it's a final. You can take it to,
Yeah.
if you wish. But mainly, it's a final.
Yeah.
I haven't seen many cases they take it further.
Right. And usually the local authority will end up doing the assessment of the child.
In many cases, yes.
Yeah.
In
Okay.
many cases,
Many
yes.
cases.
Because, as I say, threshold is very low.
Exactly. Yeah. So, if they say yes, what's the procedure of them saying yes? What happens? I'm surmising they get other professionals involved
If they say
to be
yes,
part of the assessment.
As I said at the beginning, what the school was doing, they contact. First, you identify, for example, your child experiencing speech and language difficulties, or cannot hold the pen, yes, and information processing difficulties. According to that, the panel decide which professional they need to approach.
Yeah.
And they can ask speech and language therapists to assess the child,
Yeah.
educational psychologists to assess the child, occupational therapists to assess the child, visual impairment to assess the child, hearing impairment, CAMS,
Yeah.
yes, and it depends the case.
Yeah.
And health authority, for example, can do that.
Okay.
If physical difficulties and OOT, and it can be anything.
And
Yes,
did you say that takes 6 weeks for
10
them
weeks.
to
10 weeks.
10 weeks?
Yes, 6 weeks. They make their decision.
Right.
Either they are going to assess or not.
Yeah.
Answer is yes now. We have 10 weeks
Okay.
to complete this assessment.
Okay. Sorry, that was
So
my mistake.
during this assessment period, the parents is going to have various meetings. They send another form to you to fill.
Okay.
What is your view? And basically, they gather all this assessment. It goes to a panel,
Okay.
so SCM panel.
Yeah.
This panel makes a decision. Either they are going to write an educational care plan for child,
Yeah.
or they are not going to.
Wow. So
So-
if they don't, they need mediation again, don't
What
they?
they look at here, actually, they are practicing, especially the area I work. They do write an educational care plan, actually. This is only draft. But in there, they say, this is your child difficulties. This is the intervention. This intervention can be provided by school. You don't need extra budget for that. Simple.
So is this the independent support?
No,
No, what's this? Is this called something?
no, this is, no. What they are saying there, yeah, yes, your child has difficulties.
Okay. But they don't need an educational health
They don't
care
need educational care plan.
plan. Right.
School can meet the child needs from their own budget.
Okay.
They don't need extra budget there.
So that must really annoy the schools, does it? Because
Some school, basically some school, they do challenge it.
yeah.
Yes, I don't use the word annoyed and the problem. It's not my
Yeah.
word. Yeah, and they basically they work in collaboration with parents.
Yeah.
They appeal against the decision. But if the school disagree at the beginning, and if you request educational care need assessment and they accept it, they carry out the assessment, sometimes some schools say, yes, I agree with the local authority, your child doesn't need educational care plan.
Right. Okay.
They can be on the side of the local authority.
Wow.
Yes. So in that case, you need to prove your child needs an educational care plan.
Okay. So
And-
how would a parent prove that? By having
This is basically it's
assessments privately?
Private assessment. Local authorities, they don't accept private assessment most of the time. This is advisable, advice, but they don't count this as a legal document. Unfortunately,
Yeah, see,
they want to
I
carry
went
their
through
own
this,
assessment.
Davut,
Yes.
because, as you know, in the borough that we live, we didn't have many occupational therapists, and as you know, this time frame of getting it was for a statement actually at the time. There's the statement, the time frame, they had gone right over that, which was legally wrong from the local authority, because we were waiting for an occupational therapist. So I went private. It cost me a lot of money to go private to get my child assessed by a private occupational therapist. And so I suggested to them to get this moving because they were already late, with the providing the statement, the yes or no of it, to use my occupational therapist. And they, like you said, they don't like to use the private professionals because they like to keep it in-house. But because they had gone over the mark, they had to. They had to use
I say usually. This is the reason I say usually.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, because they didn't like it.
In some cases,
They didn't like it.
Some cases, they do accept
But that worked in my favour,
Yes.
I thought, because my private occupational therapist really quantified and specified and said exactly how much occupational therapy provision my child needed.
Yeah.
And that went into the legal document.
Yes.
And the local authority did not like that at the time.
I mean, as I say, usually they disagree to accept the private assessment. They want to they want to carry their own assessment.
Yeah. Yeah.
And sometimes, even if you move your child from one borough to another one, sometimes they don't want to work with the educational care plan comes from the previous sender local authority.
Yeah.
They might ask parent to carry out reassessment. So
Wow.
the different borough, they
Yeah.
can say, we want to carry out a reassessment.
Right. Okay. I didn't
And
know
they
that.
can relook at the educational care plan. They can basically suggest or make some changes, but basically without parents' approval,
Yeah.
they cannot do that. If they do, if you are disagree, you can basically challenge it.
Because in my personal experience, whenever they want to make a change, it's generally not for the better. Because it's money again, isn't it? It's to do with the cuts. So it's really important that you said, actually, they can't make any changes without speaking to the parent first. And that's really important for parents to know, isn't it?
I mean, in my experience, usually this is the case, but you cannot. We shouldn't generalize it.
No, you're right.
Sometimes,
But that's my
yes,
personal
I know, that's fine.
experience.
Yeah, but we cannot generalize like that. But yes, usually. But is that what is the law says? If any changes, child circumstance, you need to consider it.
Yeah.
Just look at it.
Yeah.
It means do reassessment. Maybe local authority aiming to do that.
Yeah.
Maybe they are aiming to give more because need more. But the parent come mostly. Yes, mostly. If it goes that way, parent doesn't challenge it.
Of
The
course.
case doesn't come to us.
Yeah.
But the parent comes to us usually when try to do cuts.
Exactly.
Yes, so they are quite right on that.
And this is why you're seeing
That's right.
a lot
quite
of parents.
Right. This is, yes. But if they say, for example, we are going to give more, why the parent should challenge
Have
it.
you actually ever came across that though, Davut?
The local authority wants to give more.
Yeah.
Yes, of course, many times.
Have you?
Of course, many times. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. I mean,
I'm really surprised
No,
at
I
that.
need to be fair.
Okay, I'm
But-
really surprised
yes,
at that.
But the reason, as I say, the parents come to us when it's been taken away from them.
Yeah,
It's their right to do that.
of course it is. Yeah,
They're right.
yeah, because their child's provision is not being met.
Yes. For example, in the school, if everything going smoothly, parent might come to our training,
Yeah,
but they don't come to us with complaint. But they do come to training
yeah,
to empower themselves,
yeah,
to learn, but they don't come us to see. And with the issue, it's bothering them because everything going smoothly.
yeah,
If the school, for example, they are practicing educational care plan, they are working in collaboration with parents, and they are basically, they have the very effective support plan. They
This
are
school
reviewing
sounds
it.
amazing. Where is it, Davut?
I mean, there is schools they do that as well.
Yeah.
There is schools.
Yeah, it's finding them, isn't it?
Yes, there is schools.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
in our borough, I can name the schools they do it,
Yeah.
and they work in collaboration.
Yeah, that's great.
Even-
It's good to know that
yeah,
there is
even-
schools
even
like that
with
out
me.
there. Yeah.
But time to time, basically, school parents, they are going to have difficulties. They are going to have a disagreement in some point.
Yeah.
This is the time we are here, mediate between them according to law, to find a solution. This is the way we are doing.
Yeah.
We can support the school, we can support the parent as well.
Yeah.
All we want, how can we work in collaboration,
Yeah.
all of us?
To get the best outcome for
That's
the
right,
child.
yes,
Yeah.
best outcome for child. This is the aim.
Yeah.
If there is any difficulty there,
Yeah.
basically, if the parent comes to us, school comes to us with the parent's permission, we can support them. So now, we did that 10 weeks. They do assessment.
Yeah.
They say yes or no, isn't it?
Yeah.
But during this time, you have a couple of meetings.
Is this like a team around the child or a
It is
team around the family?
No, this
meeting?
is team around the child meeting is completely different because
Okay.
there's a social care issues there.
Oh, okay.
There's some other difficulties there
Right.
with
Okay.
parent or a child.
Okay.
This is usually, it might be education involved there,
Yeah.
but the more complex
Okay.
case, this one, child in needs.
Right. Okay.
The social services will involve, and there is another issues there. We shouldn't go this route.
Yeah. This is a different
yes,
podcast.
different broadcast. So, in 10 weeks, the reason you have a meeting, they do usually the working document, educational care plan.
Yeah.
You look at together what
So
you
this
are
is the
going to put on
draft,
this.
is it?
Yes, what we didn't come to draft yet.
okay.
Working. For example, we sit down. What we are going to put on the section A.
Ah, I see.
What we are going to put on the section B.
So it's like a collaboration.
Yes, collaboration, working. You are working in a document
Yeah.
to produce the best document for child.
Right. Okay.
It's more specific,
Yeah.
realistic document for child. And after this, usually they have a caseworker, SCN caseworker,
Yeah.
and also the person you contact deal to prepare the educational care plan.
Ah, right. Yes, I remember. This is what happened
yes,
with
one
me.
person
Yeah.
dealing with it.
Yeah.
And after this work with school and other relevant professionals and parents, child, they draft a document. But sorry, end of this, they decide yes or no.
Okay.
If it's yes, you receive a draft document.
Of the educational healthcare
Yes.
plan.
Yes.
Yeah.
They say proposed draft educational care. Proposing. We are proposing you. Can you look at it, please?
Yeah. And how long
You
of
have
the
15 days to respond to that.
right. Okay.
And again, it's advisable to approach a system.
yeah.
Go through every section of it.
Yeah.
If they are specific, simple word, if they are identifying your child difficulties And this identification basically is involving the reports. For example, if occupational therapy says something very specific,
Yeah.
it might have the child educational development, but it's not in the report. It must be there.
Yeah.
Or speech and language therapy says something specifically, but it's not there.
Yeah.
Because it's going to affect the section F and E, which is the support side. Because you are going to set support according to needs, isn't it? But needs is not identified there. It means support is not going to be there as well.
Right. Yeah. Of course.
Or, if when you look at the section F, there's lots of needs, but in the section F, there's no intervention there. Because they are not matching basically to each other.
You mean section B and
Section F.
B and
Section B
F?
is identifying
Right.
difficulties.
Yeah. And then section F
Section
is the
F
support.
is intervention. Intervention side of it.
Intervention. Yeah.
Yes.
Provision.
Provision, yes.
Yeah.
Provision side of it.
Yeah.
So we are going to do this. We are going to provide this
Yeah.
to support the child difficulties. And section E as well. He identified clearly what's the outcome.
So E is the outcome.
Yes, outcome.
Yeah.
F is provision.
Right. Okay.
So this is going to B is going to affect this too.
Of course. Yeah.
This is the reason we need to go through. If is specific, realistic, and measurable.
Measurable.
Yes,
Yeah.
we need to look at it.
Yeah.
And after that, you can say, I want to change this, and this I want to put it in here.
Yeah.
I want to change this wording like this.
Yeah. To make it specific.
To
and
make it
quantify.
specific, yes.
Yeah.
And they might say yes or no to that as well.
Ah, of course. Yeah.
If they say no, this goes to the legal word, refusal to change.
Okay.
You can challenge this one as well.
So again, you need the mediation. You need to go
Yes,
back to
you
the
need
same
mediation.
people
Yes,
where
same
you get the
people,
mediation.
and then
Yeah.
you can get your mediation certificate and lodge your appeal.
Yeah.
And if they refuse to produce educational care plan, of course you can appeal against it again. Same procedure goes through. And if you have educational care plan now,
Yeah.
they accept it, and school receive a copy, and you receive a copy. This is final.
Yeah. Okay.
And after that, what we need to do now is advisable. It's not compulsory.
Okay.
Advisable to have a meeting with school,
Right.
just to discuss how we are going to put in practice this one now.
Yeah, of course.
They used to call it individual educational care plan,
Yeah.
or they call it now SEN support plan. Some people, they call it passport to success.
Passport to success.
Yes,
Ah,
they call
okay.
it.
I've
Yes,
never
they
heard
call
that
they
before.
call it many different names.
Right.
But what you need to look at there, you need to look at the educational care plan. You need to decide how you are going to implement the section E and section F.
Yeah.
That's you need to do. And
Because it's a legal document,
It's a
isn't
legal
it?
document. Now they have to do that.
Yeah.
They have to do that and put it in writing. Obviously, you cannot do all of them in the same time. You can need to set some target. And after that, just monitor this. Work in collaboration with parent and relevant professionals. Ask advice from them again if you wish, but although it's there. And advisably, review it termly.
Yeah, it's Iggy's
Review
school.
it,
They
yes,
always do a
termly.
review.
Yes, do the termly.
They review the
Yes,
outcomes
yes.
termly. Yeah.
And what did you achieve? What you didn't achieve? What you achieved, basically, take it out and put the new targets.
Yeah.
But in collaboration with parents and child.
Yeah. That's
This is
really
missing.
important
It's-
that you
yes.
say that.
Because most of the time, school is on the driving seat. They dictate you, we are going to do this, 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 this. No, I do want to this.
Yeah.
I do. For example, if the child is in nursery, isn't it? I want him or her to hold the pen, to share, to wait his turn or her turn.
Yeah.
So all this you need to look at. What do you want to achieve first?
Yeah.
Come in a conclusion together. Make a plan. In this plan must be specific.
Yeah.
What you are going to do, why you are going to do, who is going to do it,
Yeah.
when he is going to do it, how long he is going to do it,
Yeah.
where he is going to do it, or she is going to do it.
Yeah.
All need to be specified there.
Yeah.
And what you are aiming at, what outcome you are aiming from there.
Yeah.
And end of the day, for example, the child is holding a pen, and he achieved to write A, B, C. Oh, he did write a page. But is it realistic to write 10 pages stories?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Because the child cannot hold the pen. You are only looking for outcome to write a story which is 10 pages, 2,000 words.
Yeah. It's got to be realistic,
No.
hasn't it?
It needs to be realistic
Yeah.
and achievable. That's we need to look at.
Yeah.
And in here, if schools sometimes they do not put in practice this legal document, this is the time parent has right to take the case to SCN tribunal as well.
The tribunal.
Tribunal,
Yeah,
yes.
and it's happening a lot,
Yes.
isn't it? Yeah.
Because they are not exercising this
Yeah.
appropriately.
Yeah.
So this is then the parent has a legal rights.
And do you think this is because of the cuts?
Yes, it is basically. It is cut,
Yeah.
cut.
Yeah.
Yes, and lack of training.
Yeah.
Again, the budget.
Yeah, which is the budget as well,
Yes.
because the
Yes.
the teachers, the teaching assistants, they're not getting the specific training for SEN children, are they?
And in London is mobility as well,
And mobility. Yeah.
and staff mobility,
Yeah.
because even the teachers, they do come to London just to gain experience
Yeah.
and get a reference. They move out.
Yeah.
The reason, for example, yourself, you get the job. Say you are working in Islington. Look at the rent.
Yeah, it's very expensive to
It
live
is
in
rent,
London,
isn't
isn't
it?
it? Yeah.
Transport,
Yeah. Yeah.
everything is expensive, especially rent.
Yeah. Definitely.
But when you move out of London, although they put some pot of money, they call it London weight.
Yes, I heard that.
But
yeah.
this is not a big money.
Yeah. It's not
A
enough to
couple of
cover
thousand, no, not at all.
the high
Not at
levels
all.
of
Not at all. They
rent.
need to review it
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
They have to review the London weight actually.
Yeah. Yeah,
This
you're
is the
absolutely
time
right.
to do. Where's the inflation? Where's the life going?
Yeah.
But they haven't. They set it up. I don't know if they review it. Basically. I don't want to say, but
I know
it's not enough.
specifically in Iggy's school, there's a really big turnover of teachers.
This is the big issue.
And it is a big issue, isn't
Big
it?
issue.
Yeah.
And when you employ somebody, basically, you cannot afford to employ full trained person.
Yeah.
You need to do train again. They need to get to school. They need to know around.
Yeah.
After, as soon as they know around, they gather basically the experience. They go.
Yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely
And
right.
this is the difficulties basically London facing.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know the other borough. I cannot comment.
I think the cuts are affecting the whole of the UK.
Yes.
But London has a complete other set of
Yes.
challenges
Yes.
as well. So we're going to finish up now, Davut. So I think what we should do to make it really clear, because that was really helpful, I think it's going to be really helpful to a lot of parents who are considering applying for an educational healthcare plan, is just quickly go through the whole procedure again, that parents can get a self-assessment.
Request assessment.
They can request a self-assessment, even though it's advisable for them to work with their school.
Yeah.
Because
Exactly.
they need to be on the same page. So by requesting a self-assessment, they get in touch with their local authority, the SEN team. Then the SEN team will send them a letter. And how long does that take?
6 weeks.
6 weeks.
6
They've got
weeks.
6 weeks to send a letter to that parent.
Either they make a decision, either they are going to assess the child or not.
Yeah. So then if not, the parent can step
appeal.
in and appeal by
Yeah.
getting mediation.
Yes,
So we've
mediation
discussed
certificate.
certificate.
They don't need to get mediation.
So mediation certificate. So we spoke about how they get support getting that. If they say that they're going to assess the child, that takes 10 weeks.
10 weeks.
Yeah, and that's where they might get other professionals
Yes.
to collaborate on this
Yes.
assessment. Is that right? Yeah. And then what happens? Where are we then?
And basically, they carry the assessment. As
Yeah.
I told you, you get a couple of meetings there.
Yeah.
The working document.
Yeah.
And after 10 weeks, either they accept to produce an educational care plan.
Yeah.
If they do, you receive a draft.
That's right. Yeah.
But in practice now, even they refuse to produce, you receive a draft.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Right.
In this borough. I don't know other borough.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a new practice. for
Ah,
them.
I didn't know that.
Yes, you still receive a draft. But they say in this draft,
Yeah.
this is your child difficulties. This is intervention.
Yeah.
This is intervention can be carried out by
At
school.
the school. Yeah.
You don't need extra money for that.
Okay. But they can appeal that as well.
Now, basically, with this draft, you receive a letter that
Yeah.
clearly saying legally they are not going to produce an educational care plan.
And that's when they can
This is where
appeal.
you can appeal again.
And sometimes the school also appeals. If the
No,
school thinks that
no,
they
no,
can't,
parent can appeal.
So the parent can
But
appeal,
school
but the
can
school,
support parent.
because the school might
Yes,
say,
yes.
actually, no, we can't.
Yes.
Without having
Yes,
extra
yes,
money,
yes, of
we
course.
can't
Yes.
support this
Yes,
child.
yes,
That's right.
yes.
So, when the parent has that draft of the educational healthcare plan, you also advise the parent to get support through
From
CENDIAS or IPSI to
Yes.
support them to go through it, to
Yes.
make sure that it's written with the SMART outcomes,
Yes.
which is be specific, quantify,
Measurable, yes.
in the right sections.
Yes.
The B being
Identifying child needs.
Yeah.
A is child aspiration,
Yeah.
child view, parents view.
But B and F, the F is the provision that
Provision
meets
side,
the
yes,
B.
yes.
Yeah, this is really helpful.
E is an outcome.
Yeah, and E is the outcome. And they've got 2 weeks to do that.
And 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
And you respond in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
After local authority has another 2 weeks just to respond and finalize it.
right, okay.
So completely.
So-
6, 10, 16.
yeah,
2 weeks you respond. Another 2 weeks for them.
yeah,
In 20 weeks,
yeah,
it must be completed. But
yeah.
in many cases, it takes more than that.
In my experience, it
Yes,
definitely
yes.
took more than 20
Yes,
weeks.
but
Yeah,
shouldn't.
it shouldn't. That is that is
That's
the
right.
time
This is-
frame
this is
that
basic.
every
Yes,
local
yes,
authority should
Yes.
be sticking to.
Yes, yes.
That's brilliant, Davut. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I think that is going to really help a lot of parents who are starting out when they're just starting to feel concerned about their child's differences, and they're just entering this special world.
And before we finish, I need to identify basically. Yes, are we going to go to the contents of education hierarchy. For example, I said if the local authority doesn't change, refuse to change, when they send a draft, you might request some changes.
Yes.
But local authority refusing to do that.
Right.
So you can change that as well.
That's really good to say that.
Or you want school A. But they say, no, we are not going to offer school A to you.
That's really interesting as well. Because
and you can challenge it as well.
Yeah, because that you've just reminded me actually, because right in the educational healthcare plan, you can request a specific school that you feel is right for your child's individual needs.
Yes, you can.
That's really interesting. So we need to talk about that actually.
And if they refuse to offer the school, local authority, you can appeal. In this point, you don't need mediation.
Right.
Okay. You don't need mediation certificate.
Okay. So the parent can appeal the fact that the local authority is not providing the school you've asked for, but you don't need the mediation certificate.
No, you don't need mediations. You do
that's
interesting. Straight away, yes.
Yeah. So out of your experience of you working for a very long time doing this, has it ever happened that a parent is not getting the school they request?
Usually it does happen. And interestingly, some school says, we cannot meet the child needs.
Right.
And local authority says, okay, school saying that they cannot meet your child, and why we push to school.
But isn't that illegal as well for a school to say that?
We need to look at basically, again, the reasonable adjustment.
Yeah.
Is basically, clearly the Act says, and the Code of Practice says, school has duty to adapt their services according to child SEN needs or disability needs.
Yeah.
But they have to prove that they cannot do that.
Wow.
For example, one case, the child had an accident and is on the wheelchair. And school put the child on the library and gave him some work, left him alone there. It's just...
Really?
Yeah. And parent came to me. And we had a meeting with school. I know the school has lift. Or maybe they cannot bring the class downstairs, the ground floor. This need to be looked at.
Yeah.
But there is a lift.
So the school has got a lift?
Yes, I checked the corridor. Corridor is straightforward. There is no steps or anything.
Right.
I said, which reasonable adjustment? You cannot do that. All you need to employ somebody or ask some people voluntarily to do that. And the child friends say, no, we are willing to do that.
What, to take him to the lift? So
Yes, just take him to the lift and take him to the classroom.
That's absolutely shocking.
Yes.
That's shocking that
So
they
this is
didn't do
basically,
that.
yes. And they had to do that.
Of course.
Because the child has every right to enter the education. Yeah. And it goes to Human Rights Act as well.
Yeah.
Equality Act as well. So basically you need to look at how you look at the case. When I represent the case to Human Rights Equality Act, it's called step back. And on top of that, basically, reasonable adjustment they need to do. But if I take the case to the Equality Act, school is going to be.
Yeah.
It's going to be discrimination cases coming from there.
Yeah.
So they arrange everything nicely.
Yeah.
End up. And this is basically, they need to look at the reasonable adjustment.
Yeah.
Schools need to say, okay, they usually say we are full. If we are full, how this child present is going to affect other child education?
Yeah.
We need to look at carefully, study the case, and after we can appeal against it.
Yeah. You know, being a parent is really difficult because personally, if I had a school saying that they could not meet my child's needs, that would ring massive alarm bells to me. Because even though I might have visited that school and thought, right, this looks perfect for my child, but then they're not willing to take him on.
Yeah.
In your opinion, would it be beneficial for the parent to fight that case? Because for me personally, I would think
Definitely.
if they're not willing to adapt in the first place,
Definitely.
I'm thinking, do I really want him there?
This is
Do you know what I mean?
This is the local to think that way.
Yeah.
But
I know the parents got rights to fight that.
I know. But
But personally, I would think, well, if this school's already saying that they can't meet my child's needs, and this is going to be a fight,
basically,
am I going to have to fight with the school
I don't
all
want
the
to
way
make
through?
a comment on there. Basically, it can be leading to parent. Yes. I don't want to lead the parents. I'm here
Yeah,
to support the parents.
yeah, in
what
their
they
decision.
Want. That's so in their decision.
Yeah,
But if the parents thinks that way,
yeah,
I can't say don't think that way because
yeah.
they are
Of course.
thinking that way.
Yeah, because we're all different, and
Yes,
we're all gonna,
yes.
we're all gonna, we all choose our battles,
Yes.
don't we? Yeah,
But in your battle, I am next to you to support you,
yeah, that's
give
brilliant.
you information. I can take the case.
Yeah.
And I can do that.
Oh, you're great. You're great, David. Thank you so
Thanks a
much.
lot.
Until we meet again
Yes,
for
thank
another
you.
podcast.
Anytime.
Thank you so
Anytime.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you for taking the time to join me today. To find out more about what I do, visit www.specialworldtraining.com and follow us on our Facebook page, Special World Training, Instagram and LinkedIn. I believe knowledge is power and strength is in numbers. And if more people get involved in our special world, we can all make our world a better place. Join me next week for more amazing stories from the good, the bad and the ugly.